Hey beautiful people, welcome back to another Vinyasa flow. This class is going to be a little bit slower, opening up through the heart space. Now before we get started, I should mention I am sitting in the beautiful gardens of Colenso Cafe. They are in the Coromandel in New Zealand, so if you are ever here, just swing by. It's just the most beautiful outdoor area that you can imagine. When it comes to heart openers, we don't want to just think about opening and lengthening through the front body. It takes quite a bit of engagement through the back body as well. So we want to be using both in order to achieve an openness. We're going to get started in a Dhanurasana, so bringing the hips towards the heels in a kneeling position. But know that you can also find another position that feels good for you. And before we get started with our asana practice, we will practice a little bit of pranayama, and the pranayama technique that we will use today is nadi shodhana, and that's our alternative nostril breathing. And usually this is to balance out the left and right sides of our nadis, which are some of our energy channels, but we're going to use it today just to bring the unification between the front and the back body. Just like I explained before, we need to have both in order to achieve a certain thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your second and third finger together, and then have your thumb and your fourth finger out. And you'll press your thumb into your right nostril and then the fourth finger into your left nostril. What we'll do is that we'll breathe in for a count of 6. Slight pause at the top as you switch, breathe out for a count of 6, and then breathe in through the other side. And we'll practice this for about 6 times. So 6 and 6 makes it nice and simple. So let's all exhale fully. And then bring your thumb to your right nostril. Breathe in through the left for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top, swap the fingers, exhale through right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, switch, exhale through left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and switch. Exhale through right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, switch, exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, switch, exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, switch. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, switch, exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more rounds in your own time. And as you inhale, see if you can fill up both the front and the back of the ribs as well as the sides. So it's that 3-dimensional breath. And once you've finished your breath out on the left side, you're just going to release your hands, find your neutral breath. Feeling the unification of both nostrils, feeling the unification of the front and back bodies, all working as one to achieve stillness, to achieve a feeling of centeredness. Let's bring our hands down our thighs slightly. Can we use our next breath in to draw the chest towards the front of the mat as we exhale? Keep drawing the shoulders back. And then as we exhale, round through the upper back, pull the heart space behind you. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Let's start to take a few circles with the ribs. So moving your ribs in one direction, maybe keeping the eyes closed here. You can take this as slow as you would like. And then swapping directions. Using your breath to guide you, to move you. And see if you can find your full expression here. So also moving your head as well. You might even like to take the head back as you roll yourself back. And then draw the head forward. Let's find our way back through center. Clasp the hands together and bring it behind your head. Take a big breath in. Can you open your elbows wide? Draw the heart space through. Tailbone lifts. And then as you exhale, round through the upper back. Draw the elbows as close as you can together. Chin towards the chest. Maybe even pull down on your head slightly. Inhale to open. Imagine like the elbows are trying to touch the space behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades down. And then as you exhale, round. On your next inhale, take the hands behind your back, clasp the hands together. Pull the knuckles down. See if you can press both of the palms as close together as you can. Take one more big breath here. And then as you exhale, start to lean yourself forward. Draw the chest towards the thighs, forehead touches the ground, but keep the hands clasped. See if you can pull the knuckles towards in front of you. Take one more breath here. And then releasing the hands by your sides, but then bring them out in front into your balasana, your child's pose. Just let the upper body sink down towards the ground. If you can, just walk your hands forward a little bit more to find some weight in the hands. Another option here is to lift the palms off the ground and come up onto your fingertips. Using this to bring a little bit more range into the shoulders. Let's take a couple more breaths here and just really check in with the mind, check in with the body, knowing that this practice is even more so about the mental landscape and the emotional landscape as it is about the physical landscape. So bringing your awareness of all the different parts of you into this present moment right now. 2 more breaths. Use your next breath in, roll yourself up into a tabletop position, land the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath your hips. Use your next breath in to drop the belly down, lift the eye gaze, lift the tailbone, and then as you exhale, press away from the ground, draw the belly button into the spine, round through the upper back. 2 more times, inhale, drop. Squeeze the shoulder blades back, and then as you exhale, press away and round, belly button into the spine. 1 more time. And take a big step forward with both hands. Use your next breath in to roll yourself forward. Squeeze the glutes as you draw the hips towards the ground. Roll the shoulder blades back and then lower yourself down onto your forearms into your Sphinx pose. So elbows come underneath the shoulders, hands come out wide. Take a big breath and try press the hands into the ground. And then as you exhale, can you draw the shoulder blades back and pull the heart space through? So again, we've got that counter action here. We're opening and lengthening through the front, but we're also pulling back with the back body. Let's try one more breath here. And then when you're ready, just coming down towards the ground, bring your left forearm underneath your forehead. We're going to bring the right foot towards the right glute. See if you can take your right hand around your right ankle and just pull the foot close towards your glute. Flex your right toes here to engage down the back of the leg. So we're going to try find a little bit of activeness in this modified half bow here. So squeeze the glutes slightly. Think about pressing the hips towards the ground and lift the belly away from your mat. Okay, so we're making the lower back quite long, so we're opening through the front of the hips. Take one more breath. Can you flex your toes even more? Nice. And then bring your foot back towards the ground. We're going to slide our right knee up towards the side of us, so that the right knee can come maybe hip width distance, or you can take the leg up a little bit higher if you feel like you have space. Now, option to stay down on the ground here, or if you wanted to, you could bring your elbows towards the ground to find a Sphinx pose. So at the moment, we've got an external rotation of the hip joint as well as an extension through the spine. If you're feeling pretty open today, you might like to press up onto your hands, squeeze the glutes, draw the shoulder blades back. If you feel any sort of discomfort or sharp sensations, know that you've gone a little bit too far. If you feel like you have more in you, you can walk your hands back a little bit further. Let's take 2 to 3 more breaths here. Perhaps you even close down your eyes, find some stillness within this asana. And then when you're ready, just rolling yourself down through the spine, slide your right knee in. We're going to press up onto the knees and then slide the right knee behind the left knee. Feet are going to come out to either sides of the mat and then start to shift the hips back. We're finding a modified Gomukhasana. Okay, so you might just even have the legs stacked and that might be enough, or keep sinking your hips back as far as you can to feel a stretch through the hip joints or through the back, up to you. Well, up to you, up to your body really. Whew. Let's try one more breath here. So again, countering that external hip rotation with an internal hip rotation somewhat, and a folding forward of the chest. Use your next breath in, roll yourself forward, uncross the legs, find your tabletop position, then take a big step forward again with both hands. Big breath in, drop the hips down, squeeze the glutes, and then roll yourself down onto your belly. Draw the left foot up towards the glutes, take the left hand behind to clasp onto the left ankle. You might bring your right forearm underneath your forehead. Try flex the left toes here, keep the left knee close towards the right. Flex through the left toes, squeeze the glutes, draw the hips towards the ground, start to lift the belly off the ground. It doesn't actually need to lift, it's just that action of lifting up through the midsection and drawing down with the hips. Two more breaths here. And then releasing the left foot with the left hand. You're going to slide that left knee as high as you would like up your side of the mat, either staying on the ground. This might be enough just to feel a stretch through the side of the left leg. If you wanted more, you come into a Sphinx pose. If you wanted even more, if you felt like you had space, you could walk yourself up a little bit higher. Each side might be a little bit different. Again, if anything feels a little bit niggly, please come down. Take a couple of breaths here. If you are in an extended position with the upper body, can you draw the shoulders back a little bit more? Keep drawing the heart space towards the front of the mat and press away with the hands. When you're ready, roll yourself down. Bring the left knee back in, press up onto your hands tabletop, then cross the left knee behind the right, take the right foot next to the left side of the mat, your left foot next to the right. Maybe you walk yourself back. Now your right knee might come off here. Well, it will probably come off as you descend down. If you're feeling pretty open within your hips today, you might be able to get your hips all the way down, but please do not force this. Okay, this is quite a strong asana for a beginning of the practice. And then use your next breath in to walk yourself back up into your tabletop position. Uncross the knees, spread the fingertips wide, tuck onto the toes, lift your hips up and back into your downward facing dog. So maybe you pedal out your feet here, drawing one heel down, drawing the other heel down, bringing the chest through and then the other chest through. Keep engaging through the shoulders, so pull them up the spine, keep pressing away from the ground with your hands. And then use your next breath in to walk yourself towards the back of your mat. We're going to take the feet to about mat width distance. Soften the knees here and see if you can tip yourself forward just a little bit more. So encouraging the chin towards the chest, letting the upper body hang. And then start to bend the left knee. Place the left hand towards the ground or come up onto fingertips. Can you breathe and then sweep the right hand as high as you can? It may not reach that far and that's okay. If you need a bit more space, you can bend the left knee even more or bring that left hand towards your left shin. Option here to bind your right hand towards your left inner thigh. If you are trying this bind, can you use it as a way to pull that right shoulder back even more? Use your next breath in to come back through center, bend the right knee, place the right hand down. Exhale as you twist towards the left. So reach the left hand high. Maybe you take the bind on this side as well. So drawing the left hand behind, perhaps clasping towards the right inner thigh. Can you spin that left shoulder around just a little bit more? When you're ready, bring the left hand back towards the ground. Soften the knees, walk your feet back underneath your hips or slightly closer. Hands come to the shins. Big breath in through the nose, halfway lift. As you exhale, fold yourself forward. Inhale to rise, sweep the arms. This time, as you exhale, clasp the hands together, bring it towards the base of the neck. Open the elbows wide, either a little baby back bend or try maybe a bigger baby back bend. So squeezing the glutes, trying to lift through the heart space. Pull the elbows down towards the ground. Make sure we're not arching too much through the lower back. The movement isn't coming from the joints, is coming from the strength of the muscles to help lift us and open us. One more breath. Draw the shoulder blades down. Big breath in to reach back up high. As you exhale, tip from the hips, fold yourself forward. Let the upper body hang down, release through the back. Hands come to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, fold yourself forward, walk yourself out into your plank position. Spread your fingertips wide. Use your next breath in to shift your weight forward. As you exhale, bend the elbows, lower halfway. Inhaling, pressing up into your Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, your upward facing dog. As you exhale, come up and back into your downward facing dog. So bend the knees, draw the chest towards the thighs. Use your next breath in to bend the knees and set the right foot outside your right hand, and then bring the back knee down towards the ground. See if you can come up to fingertips here, and that's just going to lift yourself up a little bit more. Keep dropping your hips down towards the ground to open through the left hip flexor. Maybe you take a little shift from side to side here. Let's try one more breath here. Option here is to flex the left foot and draw the left foot towards the glutes. When you're ready, bring that left foot back down. Tuck onto the left toes, lift the left knee off. Start to slide your right hand towards the left foot. Okay, it's probably not going to reach. Your right leg is going to extend, so it's a reaching pyramid pose. Start to soften the left knee down. Take a big breath in to bring the right hand to the temples, and then exhale as you open the elbow wide, twisting lunge. Inhale to tuck onto the left toes, exhale to reach. Inhale, drop the left knee down. Exhale to open with the right elbow. Last time, inhale, tuck onto the left. Exhale to reach. Inhale to open, fingers to temples. Exhale to open. Final option here is to rebend into that left leg and pull the foot a little bit closer towards the glutes. Release the left foot. Take the right hand towards the ground, turn the left toes towards the right side of the mat, and then start to walk towards the back. Left hand plants towards the ground. Reach the right hand towards the back of your mat, even making an arch through the spine. So you want to feel this through the side body. Try squeeze the glutes here. Option to lift the right foot off and then take the right hand to meet towards the right ankle. If you are taking this option, perhaps you'd like to kick away. So finding a half bow, half Adha Dhanurasana variation. Place the right foot back towards the ground. Start to walk your hands towards your side of the mat. Big breath in to lengthen through the spine. Outer edge of the right foot plants down. As you exhale, maybe you sink back. Take one more breath here. When you're ready, walk back towards the top of the mat. Place the hands either side of your right foot, then tuck onto the left toe, step back into your plank position. Big breath in, shift the weight forward. As you exhale, bend the elbows lower halfway. Inhale to squeeze the glutes and lift yourself up, open through the heart. As you exhale, come up and back into your downward facing dog. We'll try that on the other side. Start by bending the knees, big breath in as you set the left foot outside the left hand and start to drop the back knee down. Maybe you come up onto fingertips here, or you can come up onto your knuckles. Perhaps you take a little shift from side to side here, drawing the hips in one direction and then the other direction. Big opener through the hips, which allows us to unlock the space within our front body, our heart. When you're ready, we've got one more option, which is to flex the right foot and try to draw the right foot a little bit closer towards you. Big breath in. As you exhale, can you pull it in slightly closer, shoulders back. Tuck onto the right toes, place the right hand towards the ground. Breathe in to lift the right knee, try reach the left hand towards the right toes. As you exhale, draw the right knee down, fingers to temples, draw the elbow back. Inhale to lift the knee, reach behind. Exhale to tap down and open. Last time, inhale to lift, to reach. Exhale, drop, and then open. See if you can bend your right knee here. Option to take the left hand around the right foot. And then when you're ready, just taking the right foot down, we're going to spin the right foot towards the left, walk towards the back of your mat, plant the right hand down, reach the left hand behind or towards the back, arch through the spine slightly. Now, final option here, I didn't mention this on the other side, but option to open through the heart as well. Squeeze the glutes. It's like a modified wild thing. Take one more breath here. And then come back through center. Another option to lift the left foot off the ground, flex the left foot, and then take the left hand around to bind with the left ankle. Maybe you find a kick here, drawing that left shoulder back. So again, we're trying to open through the front body, but squeezing through the shoulders and the glutes to find this position. Release the left foot towards the ground. Walk yourself in front of your right knee. Take a big breath in. Left toes turn to the side, and then as you exhale, maybe you send yourself back slightly. When you're ready, just rock your weight forward again. Bend into the left leg as you walk your hands to frame out the front foot. Big breath in as you send the left foot back. As you exhale, lower your elbows halfway, or bend the elbows halfway. Lift through the chest, draw the ankles in, squeeze the glutes, and then tap the knees down. Send yourself back, Dhanurasana, child's pose. Take a moment to just breathe and reconnect. We're going to play with our Dhanurasana, our bow pose, just 2 times, and then we are going to slow right down. Have some time to rest. So use your next breath in to roll yourself forward, and then as you exhale, just lower yourself down towards the ground. Now our Dhanurasana, or our bow pose, is quite a significant asana within our yoga mythology. There are some quite significant stories and book that depict our bows and arches as quite as symbolic. One symbol being that as you pull up into your bow, it's aligning your attention, you're drawing back and shooting with clear intention and purpose. So maybe you'd like to think about that as we draw ourselves into our Dhanurasana, drawing back and reaching that clear purpose within you, that clear intention. So you could either start with half bow, maybe taking one foot around, one hand around one foot and flexing that foot. If you wanted to try full Dhanurasana, you could take both feet. Okay, zip the knees towards each other. Take a big breath in, try kick through the heels and lift yourself up high. Draw the shoulders onto the back body, so again, opening through the heart, but then lifting through the back. We're going to practice this 2 times, so if you're just on one side, just keep it there for the whole time that we're practicing. We'll try 3 more breaths. Can you kick into your feet a little bit more? Draw the shoulders onto the back body. 1 more breath. And then when you're ready, lying yourself down, maybe stacking hands, drawing the forehead onto the hands. When you're ready, we're going to try that on the other side if you were doing one, or 1 more time again if you were doing both. So take the hands behind, around the ankles. Big breath in as you lift through the feet, kick through the heels. Feeling that heart space open, feeling the energy flow through the body. This is a very active pose. Keep the composure of the breath, so we're never out of breath here. Two more breaths. And then relax. Deep breaths. We're going to slow things right down. When you're ready, press up onto your knees and then come onto your sit bones. Let's extend the left leg out forward. We're going to bring the right foot outside the left thigh. How far forward or far back that right foot is up to you. See if you can extend the left toes towards you. Take a big breath and lift up tall. As you exhale, start to walk yourself in front or inside of the right leg. Maybe the hands extend. If you can get that right shoulder in front of the right shin, you might be able to take that right hand out towards the side. If you can get that, you might try a half bind by taking the left hand behind the back and then maybe a full bind by taking the right hand towards the left. If you are taking a half or a full bind, can you use the right arm as a way to pull yourself forward a little bit more? Draw the left toes back here. And just noticing your awareness, your focus at the moment. If you've noticed it's floated away, can you encourage it to come back? One more breath. Come back through center. We're going to take that right foot over the left thigh, either staying here or you can tuck the left foot in, as long as you can get both sit bones on the ground. If you notice that the right sit bone has come off, then extend the left leg out. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, see if you can take the left elbow around the outside of the right thigh. So finding our Ardha Matsyendrasana, shoulders are back. Try to spin our heart towards the right as much as we can. Let's try one more breath here. When you're ready, just coming back through center. We'll try that on the other side. So extend the right leg out long. Draw the left foot in. Big breath in. Draw the right toes back. Lift up tall. As you exhale, you're walking yourself forward. Okay. Again, maybe you stay here. Maybe you take the left hand out to the side if you can find that space. Maybe you go for a half or a full bind. This is our Marichasana variation A. So again, using a big breath in through the nose to lift yourself up. Maybe you even lift the eye gaze slightly, and then as you exhale, almost rippling yourself forward. Feeling that deep forward bend counteract that very strong back bend that we just did. Use your next breath in, come back through center, cross the left foot over the right thigh, tuck the right foot in. If that feels accessible, and you can keep that left hip bone down. Otherwise, keep it extended. Big breath in, lift up tall, and then as you exhale, maybe the right elbow comes around the left thigh, spinning yourself towards the left. Try to draw the left shoulder down, keep your eye gaze focused and still on one point. And just see what happens if you close down your eyes here. Use your next breath, come back through center. As we exhale, we uncross our legs and we're going to find our way onto our back. So rolling down through the spine, drawing the knees towards the chest, perhaps clasping opposite elbows, drawing the nose towards the knees. And then relaxing your head down towards the ground, extending the legs out long. An option to stay here, or we can find our last heart opener, throat opener with our Matsyendrasana, our fish pose. Hands come around the outsides of the thighs, press our elbows into the ground, take a big breath in to lift through the upper back. As you exhale, draw the eye gaze behind you, so you're coming up high onto the crown of your head. So you should feel a big stretch through your throat, and out through the back, shoulders away from the ears. Take 2 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, just pressing through the hands again to bring the back of the head down to the ground. Just finding yourself in a position that feels comfortable for you. We're just going to finish our practice with just a minute or two in our Shavasana, feeling that shift in energy through the body, but also perhaps that clearer intention, that clearer purpose that we encourage, that we cultivated with our Dhanurasana, our bow pose. I'll let you know when it's time to transition out. And just start to take a few deeper breaths. Reminding ourselves that as we inhale, we want to feel that three-dimensional breath. So not just breathing up and down, but forward and back and side to side. And then as we exhale, just bringing everything back to center. Unifying the different sides of us, not only physically, but also in the subtler energies as well. Start to take some circles with the hands, circles with the feet. If there are any other movements that your body is craving before we come back up into a seat, then just let your body move there. If you feel ready to come up, and you don't have to be ready, maybe just grabbing the backs of your legs or rolling over to one side to lift you up. Find yourself in a cross-legged position. We'll close down our eyes. And perhaps we bring our hands through our heart center, feeling all the energy that we've opened up and perhaps released or unlocked from this area. And I thank you so much for practicing with me, for exploring different places in the body, within the mind and within the heart. Namaste.